Okay, guys. So the last couple of days, this fish here has been breathing like that. I don't know exactly what's wrong with him, but I did see some spots on his fins, on his dorsal fin, and on his tail fin. So I'm going to move him out of this tank today, and we're going to treat him. It looks like he might have some epsilysis. I don't think it's ick because I don't see any ick on any other fish in there. Sometimes fish do get ick if they're stressed. Obviously, he's stressed. I don't know what's wrong with him, but we're going to take him out here and put him in a quarantine for right now, just so the other fish don't get it. The other fish look completely fine. There's no stress going on. Um, I don't see any bullying. We did add this fish back here, but he was in quarantine for about 2 weeks. I know he was in a good tank, but I'm not really too happy with the way he looks, and I've tried to keep this temperature about 84, but I noticed overnight that he grew. There's about 4 or 5 more spots where he's got on his fin, so I'm going to take him out and put him in a 10-gallon. I'm going to treat him with some Ick-X, see if that helps. Usually that Ick-X helps with epsilysis and ick. And I'm going to try to see if I can get him better, but it looks like he's probably not going to make it. I really don't know what the hell is wrong with him. The water's been fine. I keep up with the water changes. I check the nitrate, check everything, and the water is completely fine. So I don't know what his deal is, but we're going to take him out of there so the other fish don't get sick. And we're also going to move some fish around. I took these guys. I'm going to update you guys downstairs, but this is these guys here are the sailfin mollies. I'm going to move them into this tank right now. They've been. I usually when I move fish, I actually take some water out of the tank and I kind of acclimate them to what the water they're going. Even though all my water is pretty much the same, but we're going to move these guys and put them in here. You can see I already have the other sailfin molly in there. I did not want to move these guys this quick, but when you have a fish that's sick, you kind of have to move some fish around and try to see if you can get that fish better. I could always move it back to where it was before. So what I'm going to do is I'll move these guys into this tank for now. If I do want to breed them, I may put them back in there. But it looks like they've been in there for about 15 minutes, so I'm going to put them in the tank right now. And then I will come back and show you guys how they look in the tank. But we're updating downstairs too, so I'm going to show you what I'm doing downstairs and just give you an update of what's going on with the other fish. But you can see that 55-gallon still stocked to hell. They're doing great in there. We're probably going to try to get a different tank. We're still trying. This tank down here, the 55, looks great. No real updates in there. Pretty much the same fish. They're doing great. No issues in that tank. This tank, obviously, 75-gallon. I actually put some more pothos in there. It's just growing like crazy. I have some on both sides. Now the roots are growing on both sides. Helps out with the nitrates. I haven't been able to get any floating plants in here. That's my next step. But it seems like that light kills it, so I don't really put any plants in there. So, like I said, we're going to try to get this fish fixed up. Um, like I said, I don't know what's wrong with him, but I know he's stressed out because the way he's breathing. He's been breathing like that for about 2 weeks now. So I really don't know what's going on. And I try to do different things in the tank, added some salt, did a couple of water changes, and he's still looking like that. So we're going to get him out of the tank, treat him maybe. Hopefully we can get him treated, but I don't think he's going to make it, in my experience. So anyway, this tank hasn't changed. I did take the fake plants out of here. Um, I just didn't like the way the fish were looking or reacting to it, so I took them out. And as you can see, they're all looking good. Um, of course, the 20-gallon down here, you can't really see much in here because they like to hide. You can see them all back there hanging out. So no updates in these tanks. I do want to update the basement, but let's get these guys in this tank, and I'll show you how they look when they're done. So let's do that for right now, and we'll go in the basement and we'll show you after I get done with this. So hang tight. Guys in the tank. I did not want to do that, but at this point, we're going to do that for now. Keep them in there and see how they do. I did want to stock this tank with more swordtails, but haven't been able to find any swordtails, so we'll keep the sailfin mollies in there for now. See how they do. Looks like this guy's I don't know if they're pregnant or not. It could be pregnant, but not sure what's going on there. But hey, they look nice in that tank, and like I said, we'll keep an eye on it. My plan wasn't to put these guys in here, but um, I had to move some tanks around to get this angelfish treated. So, in saying that, let me go downstairs and I'll show you what I did down there. We're gonna have to do a water change on one of the tanks to get this guy, the angelfish, ready. I want to change the water and change the filtration. I'll show you what I do when I get down there. Hang tight. So this is the update on some of the new fish we got. I just moved these severums, which they got really big since I got them. I got them when they were babies, but I got 2 severums in there, looking pretty big. I moved them to the 5-gallon for now. What a struggle that was. They were in this 10-gallon here. I wanted to get them into a smaller tank just for now. We're moving back into the 10-gallon eventually, or I might just move them to a bigger tank. As you can see, I'm doing a water change in this tank. This is the 10-gallon that they were in. I always like to do a water change before I put a new fish in there. So we emptied about 25% of it, maybe a little more, 30% of it. I'm moving this filter here. This is an old-fashioned sponge filter. It's going to go in here for the angelfish. No carbon. We run ceramic media and sponges, so we're just going to run some IC-X through this tank for the angelfish. We'll see how he does. Hopefully we could save him. I don't like moving fish into a smaller tank, but it looks like I have no choice right now. I don't want to leave him in the other tank and get the fish sick. It looks like he's stressing out anyway. So let's see what we can do. And like I said, the severums in here, we'll move them again eventually. I like to keep an eye on them anyway. So I put them up here for now. He might have scratched himself up there when I tried to get him out of there. He was being real feisty. Just an update on these guys. These are the babies that we pulled out of the cichlid tank a while ago. As you can see, those are African cichlids. I'm not sure what it looks like. It might be the same color as the one I have right now, the blue one. I thought it was a blue dolphin, but let's get the stripes in it, so it looks like a peacock. Very excited about that. Those guys, I had them when they were little itty bitty babies, and you can see they're growing up pretty fast. If you can see, get a good look at them. Definitely an African cichlid. This tank, I got a bunch of scuds in here and different types of snails. I haven't touched that tank. There's no fish in here right now. I may do some shrimp in here. I'm not sure yet. I've had such a terrible success with shrimp, but I want to do it again. So we'll see what happens with this tank. Right now, there's stuff in there. They're eating, they're breathing. You can see they're all hanging out at the top there. Bunch of snails, bunch of scuds, bunch of different things. These, of course, are the babies we got at PetSmart. They're still quarantining. The platies. If you remember correctly, I had them in the wrong type of tank. They were in the tank that looks like that one's pregnant already. Platies do get pregnant, but like I said, I wanted to breed these guys. The guppies, there was 4 of them. I lost 2 of them. I'm not going to bring them back. They're only like $2 a piece. It's just a matter of when I quarantine fish, if they don't make it through. I already medicated this tank. Oh, come on. I already medicated this tank. Okay, guys. If you notice that video cut out, I said, "Oh, come on," because I was running out of storage on my phone, and I had to buy more storage, and I used up all of it, and we're back in the saddle. I also had to go to the dentist to get a couple teeth. One tooth removed, and I've been also having some issues. That's why I haven't made a video in a while. I was in and out of Hershey. Of course, my heart failure stuff. I'll be back in the hospital probably sometime either this week or next week. So we got to do some treatments for this heart failure. So I'm not going to get into that, but that's what I've been up to. That's why you really haven't seen me make videos in a couple weeks. It's actually been a couple of days. I shouldn't say weeks. I think the last video I made was well, maybe it's been a couple of weeks. It's been about 13, 14 days. I did make a short, but that really didn't count as a video. I actually had that short in my phone for a while. I actually got rid of it pretty quickly and just made it into a short. Anyway, getting back to continue the update on the new fish. Obviously, you still see the guppies, 2 guppies and the platies in here. The guppies will be moving into the big tank soon. The platies I'm probably going to keep in here for a little bit. I'm going to breed them, get some babies out of them. I can see one of them looks like it's pregnant already. I can't really. This one right here, just got a little belly on him. But we might have some babies. We'll see. That'll be pretty cool. But anyway, in saying that, I wanted to update you guys. This is the beta. As you can see, the beta is in there doing great. We actually moved some plants out of here. Some top growing plants. They've done really, really well in the guppy tank, and I will show you that in a second. This plant here looks like it's getting some flowers. So, for some reason, I took this plant out of here. It did terrible in the big tank. I was like, all right, let me put it back in down here, and it's, as you can see, it's doing great roots. It's just a great plant. So I keep the beta. Looks like he's happy in there. We'll keep him in there, and as we go, we take plants out so he's got more room to swim. But he's having a great time in there. As you can see, it looks great. Fins are great. The water quality in that tank is great, so he should be okay. So that's the update on the beta. And of course, I went down back here because I wanted to show you guys the severums in here. They really haven't moved that much. It might take a little bit for them to get used to the water, or to the tank. I mean, because it's so small. But we'll be moving him back out soon enough. And you can see the angelfish is still in here. He's back there. His breathing's getting a little bit better, but we want to treat him for a couple days to see if he responds to any treatment at all. Hopefully he does. But you know, we're gonna keep him in there. Looks like he's still got some spots on him, so we're gonna get rid of those spots. Treat him for about 5-6 days, and then put him back in the big tank. See how he does. As you can see down here, the jaguar's in here. I really don't have a good view of him because the light. He's back there. You see him laying there. She did lay some eggs, just a female. But again, they were not fertilized. I didn't notice them. It looks like she ate them because they're all gone already. And then of course you got these guys who are the polar convict cichlids. As you can see, they're all hiding. There's one back there, I think. Can't really see much of them, but they're always hiding. There's a bunch of right there in the front. You can see. But I just turned these lights on, but these guys, they're doing great. I want to move them eventually, and those obviously aren't new fish, but those are fish that we've had them down here in a while. We've had them for a while, I should say. But we're planning on moving these guys eventually. I want to move the jaguar. You can see this tank is full of algae. I'm not really going to do anything with this tank yet. I'm going to let him live in there for now. He's doing great. As you can see, he's healthy. That's the male. He's getting big. Once we get to 125, we'll move him out there, and we want to move a bunch of fish in here. So we'll probably move some fish around. Probably going to put the convicts in here, and eventually we want to move. We may move when we do the 125. Those the 20-gallon longs. We're going to move the fish out of there, and probably going to move them in the 20-gallon here where the goldfish are, and the goldfish will be going outside. You can see this guy hasn't really gotten big, but he's eating pretty good. And of course, I moved the white cloud minnows back there. A bunch of them, the gold cloud minnows. I think we ended up with 4 and 3 back there. So, yeah, 4 and 3. There's four white cloud minnows and three of the gold cloud minnows, and then of course you got the shabunkin and the regular goldfish. Oh, sorry, the camera's up. Shabunkin's right there. You can see regular goldfish, comets, and then you got the white cloud minnows back here, and the gold cloud minnows. If you take a look, they're back there. They get along really good. And this is a cold water tank. The temperature only gets to about 62 degrees. So that's pretty much the update. This is the same tank that hasn't moved. We haven't put any fish in there. That's just the neons and the black neons and a couple of those zebra loaches. So, and then of course the pencil fish, which they're right there. They're mixed in there. You see the pencil fish right on top there. I've had those guys for a long time now, and that's pretty much it, guys. That's the update on new fish. I want to show you real quick. I'll take you upstairs, and then we're going to show you how those sailfin mollies are doing. Okay. Okay, guys. As you can see, the sailfin mollies are in here. Much bigger tank. The male and the female are in here with the swordtails. I lost the swordtail out here, guys. I don't know if you remember the last video I showed you guys. The swordtail passed away, unfortunately. So these are the 220-gallon longs. I'm probably going to get rid of. You can see the other sailfin mollies down here. I moved him to there. I tried putting him in the same tank, but they were just way too aggressive to each other. So I separate them, and you can see that the beautiful colors on the sailfin mollies. These guys here are very, very pretty, and hopefully they'll have babies. But they're very pretty, and I may do some more swordtails in this tank. But like I said, we're gonna try to mix these two tanks. Once we get the 125, we're gonna eliminate some tanks in here. As per the wife, she's been kind of griping with me about having too many fish tanks. So we'll probably get rid of these two, possibly a 55-gallon. We'll see what happens. We're just gonna see what happens. We're not gonna really commit to that yet, but eventually it's gonna have to happen because we're running out of space and electricity, and if I go for a heart transplant, it's gonna be hard for me to maintain these tanks. So that's the goal right now and plan, and we'll see where it goes from there. Like I said, the sailfin mollies we want to breed, but being that the angelfish is sick, we're going to give it about a week or so, and hopefully they're saying I have to go back to the hospital in 2 weeks. So hopefully in 2 weeks I could, hopefully we could wait that long and then get back to it. So we'll see. Like I said, these are where the mollies went, and the mollies. Hopefully he doesn't go after the other fish in there, but looks like he's swimming around pretty good. So we'll keep an eye on that. And like I said, hopefully when I get back from the hospital, we could keep that angelfish getting better, and then move these sailfin mollies maybe possibly back to their old tanks. All right, guys. Real quick before we go, guys, I want to show you these floating plants that we got here. As you can see, the root has gone all the way down, and it's actually attached to this piece of wood here, and it's just like floating in the middle of the water, which is really cool. This is great for your guppy tank and for your live tank. You can see I got some on top here too. I put a bunch in here. If you ever get a chance to do any floating plants, I would definitely recommend using those. As you can see, they look really cool in the tank. So anyway, that's the end of the video, guys. Until next time, remember, if you can't own them, rehome them. You like the channel, like it, subscribe, all that good stuff. You know what to do. Comment. All right, we'll see you next time. Real quick, guys, I didn't mention the name of this plant. It's water wisteria, guys, in case you don't know. If you're an Aquarius, you know what water wisteria is. That came actually from the beta bowl downstairs. That was the bowl we did for a contest for Depths Unknown, pack a bowl contest, and that's that thing's still running. So anyway, that's Water Sprite. I definitely recommend that stuff if you have a tank full of live bearers. As you can see, I got a bunch there. All right, guys, see you next time.